Hello there, commanders, and welcome to the first episode of Premium Unit Preview. Well, the first episode of Season 2, I guess, since I did a few of those videos back in the day during Wargaming, but now the system has pretty much changed. It has been a long time since I did it, so first episode of Season 2. And in this first episode, we are going to cover Tanit. No, not Tanit, goddamn, Surus. Great intro, Mr. 30 seconds into the video, already first mistake. Surus, Tanit is tier 10. Surus is tier 5, premium Carthaginian elephant. Obviously, only Carthage has access to elephants, so there's no other option. And in this video, we are going to cover the basic gameplay of which we are going to jump into after this preview. The basic gameplay of that unit, and then go into what I recommended. And is it pay to win? But first, let's see how does it compare to its tech tree counterpart. And well, it doesn't, because it doesn't have one. Because essentially what you're paying here for, usually with premium units you're paying for something unique, and here what you're getting is essentially an early access to the elephant tech tree, tech branch. The problem is, especially in wargaming, that this unit is very controversial. It still is, but not as much as in wargaming, because in wargaming, not only after the release, elephants were much more overpowered than they are now, although arguably the new game mode has changed that, and elephants gained a lot of power in the new game mode, but that's another topic. We actually made a video about it. Maybe I'll link it in the top right corner if I don't forget. Anyway, in wargaming, not only you could only buy that elephant with real money, you couldn't buy it with gold that you have already purchased or gained in game by leveling up. But back then, when the elephants were released, I don't think that system was in place at the time. Anyway, and it was also a limited time offer, which means that you were time pressured into making a decision, and obviously you don't know with that decision, because elephants may receive nerfs in the future, and well, they did, right? When you wouldn't know how severe those nerfs would be, etc, etc. So you were really pressured. Look, elephants will be gone in 1 month or 2, however long the sale period was, and if you're not going to buy them now, well, sucks to be you. And then when there were some tier 5 tournaments, I was actually well, I wasn't technically part of the team, but it was SUNTZU team, and it was a tier 5 tournament, and none of our members of that team had the tier 5 elephant, while our enemies did. So one of the tactical options provided by elephants, by just the fact of having elephants in the team, was out of the window for us, right? And the enemies, our enemies in the tournament, did pick elephants against us and use them to great effect. Well, we still won, so hooray for us. But yeah, that's why this unit is controversial. Right now, we have a system where all units are available for all the time in the game for gold, and I hope that won't change. So that's kind of a preview of the first episode of, how the premium system work. Okay, now let's get into the review proper. I mean, we are 4 minutes into the review, right? So high time we started. So, as every premium unit, and these are the rules. Available to all Carthaginian commanders irrespective of the tier. That means that your Hasdrubal or Hannibal can be level 1. If you buy Surus, you will be able to play him, on either Hasdrubal or Hannibal. Obviously, first you would need to have Hannibal, because he also costs either 6,000 gold or 160,000 free XP or commander XP. But Hasdrubal is free, and you get it as starter. That will mean, though, that your abilities won't be upgraded. So you'll just have the basic stats of every single ability. If I were to buy Hannibal right now with my gold, even though I have access to tier 5 abilities, it is a tier 5 unit, the abilities of Hannibal would not be upgraded up to tier 5 as they are in the ability tree. Let's get into it, right? So I wouldn't have all these upgrades up to tier 5. No. it would just be basic stats as if none of the talent points were spent in that tree. That is if my Hannibal was level 1, right? Obviously you can level him up and then gain all the benefits. That's how it works. Okay, back to Surus. So instantly gain access to commander abilities, yep. Instant increased battle rewards, standard for everything, no replenishment cost, nobody cares. Everybody swims in silver anyway. And some of the units, including Surus in this case, have additional selling point, let's say, of enabling the purchase of a certain unit in the actual tech tree, the regular tech tree. So in this case, if you buy Surus, that enables you the purchase of a freaking elephant. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't tested that myself, and nobody is really willing to tell me in my comments, even though I asked about it, how that exactly works. But how it works, I guess, is either you can gain 15.8k unit XP and buy the African elephant by just gaining XP on Surus. So you're essentially getting like early access, early door into the elephant tech tree. For example, if you don't want to play hoplites, you hate hoplites, you don't want to play swordsman in order to get to elephants, well, you can just buy Surus and get straight into the elephants and level up your Hannibal to tier 6 just on Surus. And while you level up your Hannibal to tier 6, gain the 15.8k unit XP on Surus and unlock African elephant that way. So I'm not 100% sure if that works, but then I assume if not unit XP, then you can always use free XP without the need of unlocking neither spearman nor swordsman. And that's a great benefit. And well, since we cannot really compare the stats of Surus to the actual tier 5 counterpart of this elephant, well, we can only see that tier 6 elephant has pretty much very similar stats. Actually, they're kind of weaker, but remember, this is before upgrade, so this African elephant that is displayed here is not upgraded, right? You can click it here. I don't know, is this with this? Oh, I just unlocked it, so I guess those were the basic stats. So yeah, after upgrading, obviously the African elephant will be a little bit stronger, plus it has one more ability in Stampede, which Surus lacks. But that's about it. We talked a long time about it. Let's now jump into the gameplay and the actual review part. This is preview, right? So now let's jump into the actual review part of this video. I'll see you on a battlefield, on arena battlefield, commanders, but it will be an instant for you, a blink. And we're back on the actual battlefield, on a snowy Alpes Graia. It's kind of snowy, but not really snowy. That's kind of a weird aesthetic, to be honest. Didn't used to be like that. They're kind of in the middle between snowy Alpes Graia and the green Alpes Graia. But oh, whatever. God damn it, Nexus, stop being AFK. Freaking Nexus. Probably he's using his bots again. Obviously, I will preface that it's a joke. Otherwise he might get mad at me. Not like he watches my videos anyway. Screw you, Nexus. So, recommended commander to play elephants with is Hannibal, although Hasdrubal is also fine. They both offer a different playstyle. One isn't like clearly superior than the other, but overall I think Hannibal is better. It is just a matter of being faster and dealing more damage, really. And that's what, well, not all elephants are about, but are mainly about. Okay, remember to disable that. Yeah, get wrecked. Okay, and as your elephants, you can ignore front lines, you can also just engage front lines and deal massive damage to melee blobs. That's what you really like to do as an elephant. Yeah, smash them, stomp them, and you trample them. That's a unique elephant mechanic, where after you knock down enemies, you can just walk literally on top of them. I guess I should disable that. Not enable. Yeah, it's essentially one elephant. You can use it to make enemy archers run away and be unable to contribute to the fight, while your other elephants just wreak havoc. Or if, you know, the range player is smart and splits up, you can always just use all 3 of your elephants, and then the archer can't do really anything.
I will not wait forever.
My stop got interrupted. Feels bad, man. Okay. Let's face them. Also remember that Stomp removes your missiles. So if you're being slowed by missiles, that's another unique mechanic to elephants. After you're being shot, you get slowed down. You can use Roar to lower the enemy morale. Bam, routed. Routed? Not routed, I guess. Yeah, Comrade Axel's hanging in there. Oh, he just died. Ooh, rain fire throwing some fire. And why did you drop an attack order? That's nice. So I'm slowed. Stomp. Bam, that shakes off missiles that were slowing me down. I'm just charging forward. Using some dodges so he doesn't shoot me anymore. Just land some damage. How did I get intercepted here? Well, mind you that I'm not Gunslinger, so if Gunslinger is watching this, I'm sorry, bro. I'm nowhere near as good as elephants. But that's also one of the selling points of elephants as a unit type, and in this case as a premium unit, is that elephants, I would classify them as hard to easy to learn, hard to master. Yeah, that's how it goes. Right, because as you can see, I'm already leveled up with this elephant. This elephant is also almost leveled up. I haven't lost any HP pretty much on these ones. This one barely suffered any damage, even though he was being shot by a lot of archers for a long time. And yeah, elephants are like very hard to fuck up, essentially. So as long as you know what you're doing, or what you're supposed to be doing, right? So here we can use the combo, engage with Comrade Axel, if he wants to engage with us. So, let's go. So elephants are a lot just about good positioning, understanding of the map, kind of similar to cavalry, right? But elephants, unlike cavalry, can just straight up ignore front lines. They can just walk through units as if they weren't there. Even phalanxes, they literally have an ability called ignores phalanx. So, I don't know if that's exactly the name, but that's what it does. It ignores phalanx. So yeah, you can walk through enemy front lines, go on top of a point, start contesting it, deny enemy the point gain, go through stakes that you essentially also ignore. You go through stakes as if they weren't there. You really don't care about stakes, like, at all. They just tickle you in your thick, very thick legs. See, archers are shooting me? No problem, just move a little bit and they'll miss. One drawback of elephants, though, is that since you can go through enemy front lines, that also means that enemy front lines can go through you. And in such a scenario where you just want to dodge and intercept enemy units coming to a point, right, you can't really stop them yourself either. But if they were to decide to go through you, they will suffer a lot more damage than you would suffer if you were to go through them. And that's an important distinction to make, I guess. And here I'm just dealing a lot of damage to these dogs. Some of them run away, but those that decide to fight me, yeah, they're not in a very good shape. And well, archers are kind of a problem, kind of a nuisance. But let's just walk out there, right? So, as long as you understand your positioning, as long as you understand your role as an elephant on the battlefield, you're pretty much fine for the most part. Okay, let's speed up, make it easier to dodge the arrows. Also, should lose vision on me. Okay. Yeah, let's hit our combo. I guess I haven't turned around properly for the stomp. Oh. My bad. Bad micro. Well, I never claimed to be a good player. And that's always an excuse for when you do badly. I'll just troll stomp. At least stomping doesn't deal friendly fire, it still knocks back your allies. But it doesn't deal any damage to them. Although the enemies may deal a lot of damage because of that. Oh, archers want to run away, you can always slow them down with Roar. That's a very nice utility tool that you have. Also Roar can rout archers once they drop down below 10 models after they started wavering. I know, they're capping E. So here our cavalry is kind of being blocked, but it doesn't matter. I can just literally just right click and now it is contested. Not a problem whatsoever. I'm gonna do this right against thing. I kind of like want to be in this middle of the unit, then just I want to walk on them, trample them. Well, the turn speed is kind of sucky. They wake up, stand up. Yeah, see, the elephants don't really want to like attack moving targets really well. That kind of sucks. Maybe there's a smarter way to go about it. That's an annoying unit, but I just use Roar and it's gone. No problem. So yeah, if you're struggling with finishing off wavering units as an elephant, just use Roar and it will rout most of them. It won't rout all of them because there is a threshold above which it doesn't rout because it only deals 15 morale damage. Alright. So, if after wavering they still have 16 or more, they won't rout. But well, a lot of units will rout. Yeah. Sorry for that. I had a phone call. I don't know, maybe I'll just cut that part out, just in case. No, I'm being shot. No. Oh god damn, they're hiding in a forest. No, my only counter. Okay, let's just quickly get out of here then. Yeah, this is walking at a point. Oh. Oh, you want to contest C? That's good. I'd like to attack you, you know? Game's like, nope. You're just gonna walk by, even though you're literally in the middle of the unit. I'm gonna slow you down, haha.
An enemy capture point is under attack. An enemy player has been eliminated.
Okay, and we're capping D. Okay, that's the phone call kind of threw me over, threw me off the trail. But let's get back into it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about Hannibal versus Hasdrubal, right? Because they offer the different places. I'm here covering the Hannibal playstyle, while I haven't really talked about Hasdrubal at all. So Hasdrubal deals less damage, is slower. As I said, Hannibal is about being faster and dealing damage. Ooh, that's going to be a great blob fight. Come at me.
Our capture point is contested.
Oh no, he's being captured. You can just literally walk on top of it. Hey, you can even be faster. Let's skew like the missile block, whatever. No, not crippling shot. You see, let's say this elephant wasn't there. Oh, that was a lot of damage. That's why you pick Hannibal. Yeah, right, they could just block me and just easily capture D. I mean, not capture, I was the one capturing D. Just easily defend D. I'm like, nope, I don't care about your front line. Apparently I also don't care about... Okay, well, Elephant's AI is stupid as fuck. But anyway, I said let's talk a little about Hasdrubal. Oh no! My kill! My kill! My kill! Fuck! I want to kill. Alright, so Hasdrubal makes you a lot tankier. So I can just kind of cycle my elephants. here. And it makes it tankier because, well, you heal. And you can also debuff enemy weapon damage with, what is it called? Inside defection. There we go.
Our capture point is contested.
Oh, there's a jump, that's okay. Oh, we haven't captured it, so we don't have a healing zone here. No healing zone here, though.
The enemy base is under attack.
And elephants, just in themselves, right? It's very easy to disengage with them because, well, they just ignore the front lines, ignore all the units. So literally go where you want. You can be intercepted by charges and stuff like that, right? But it won't be intercepted forever. And if you really, really, really want to get out of a situation, you will get out of that situation. Unless you fuck up, I guess. Or if the enemy is really good and really has a lot of resources to attribute to not letting you go. Like multiple cavalry units, for example. And my stumps are not working, I don't know, I'm doing something wrong. Gassinger, please tell me. Where have I gone wrong? I guess they are not in the area anymore, so I'm just gonna go forward and push with this. Okay, easy routes. Just drop George below 10 models, bam, goodbye. Cool guys don't look at routing units. Just turn around and then realize it wasn't actually enough to route them. Oh, my throat is getting slowly wrecked. Well, as we approach the end of the battle, let's cover the main topics, right? Do I recommend Surus, the Tier 5 Carthaginian Premium Elephant? Absolutely, yes. I mean, it's an early access to elephants, which is, as I said, kind of controversial, kind of sucky that it is the way it is. But, well, just the unit in general, it's an elephant, right? It doesn't have anything special over an elephant other than it actually exists. Because a regular Tier 5 Tech 3 elephant doesn't exist. So I think existing is quite unique. So just for that matter, you can buy that. If you like elephants, if you know elephants, you know how to play them. Surus plays exactly the same as any other elephant other than not having Stampede. But that's not that big of a difference. Yeah, that's about it. If you like that, you'll like Surus. If you're a new player or if you are new to elephants, as I said, elephants are easy to learn, hard to master. So as long as you have your head on top of your shoulders, or however the saying goes in English, then you'll be fine, because elephants are a lot about understanding the map, how to pressure units, pressure the enemies, etc, etc, etc. And if you understand those basics, you'll do fine and you'll be pretty much an above average player, and I would gladly have you in my team in random matchmaking, right? And well, the other question is it pay to win? Well, yes, because if you're playing in a tier 5 battle, the only way to get an elephant is to buy a premium one. And having the choice of bringing an elephant or not having an elephant, and then if you have that elephant, doing various tactics or strategies with those elephants, that opens so many more possibilities, right? Than to a team that doesn't have these options. So yes, sadly, it is pay to win. So I guess CA plus fix. But that's about it for the first review in a while. Please let me know down in the comments below how much you hated the fact that it was so long, how much of the video you skipped, etc, etc. Give me feedback overall on the format. What were the things you liked, what were the things you didn't like. I know obviously I could just edit the gameplay, etc, etc, and cut it down, focus only on the main things, but that's a lot of work for me, a lot of time invested for, I guess, little return. Plus some people may actually want to see like full gameplay to properly understand the unit and how it plays. So for those, it is better like that, and for those who don't want that, well, you can just skip, which is probably what most of you did anyway. But as I was saying, give me feedback in the comments below what you think about the format, etc, etc, what units you would like to see next. I already have a schedule figured out, but if there is a popular unit that has a lot of demands, like yes, please cover this one, I see no problem with changing my schedule. Also, the Chinese faction is coming out very soon, so I'll probably insert the Chinese premium units in there. Maybe some new premium units will come out for the older factions as well. I don't know, we'll see. And then that will affect the schedule. But until then, you know what to do to help me bring Arena back to the West, and I'll see you on Arena's Battlefields, Commanders. Really good music.